I'm gonna be honest, I don't always love looking at my YouTube analytics, mainly because it doesn't always tell me things that feel necessarily good to hear. One of which being that my YouTube views have plummeted within the past 2 months. That's not great for the self-esteem, but one thing that I saw the other day that actually was super helpful is that a lot of you guys are searching for what's on my iPhone videos right now. So today, I'm here to deliver. This is actually perfect timing because the other day I was kind of bored and I decided to completely redo my iPhone, essentially. I updated it to the newest software, I added new widgets, and if I do say so myself, I think it looks really good, so I'm excited to take you guys through it. Those are the sounds of New York, please hold. If you're new, I live in New York City, and as amazing as this city is, it's also very loud, so we're gonna wait until that siren passes and then we'll continue. Kicking it off with my home screen. It's pretty standard, but I did decide to add 2 widgets up at the top by the time. The first of which is a weather widget. If you know me, you know that the weather app is hands down my most used app. I always know what the weather is outside pretty much at all times of the day because I'm kind of obsessed for no reason. Right next to it, I added a step counter. It's 1 p.m. I have not left my apartment, so at the moment I have 50 steps, but normally I try and average like 8,000, sometimes 10,000 isn't always reasonable, but 8,000 feels doable. My home screen is one of my own creations, and it's kind of a tradition I have with myself. Every single year, at the top of the year, I create a vision board, and I kind of just compile a bunch of photos from Pinterest or my real life that represent things that I want to accomplish in that next year, and I compile them all into a collage, and I make it all pretty, I pop a filter on it, and I make it my background, and I don't change it all year. I understand that some people can't do that because they get tired of things, but I just by nature am a creature of habit, so it works for me. And I'll have a video going up pretty much by the end of the month showing my new vision board for the next year. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to subscribe because it's gonna be really good. Before I run through my home screen, let's slide to the right and take a look at whatever they call this screen. All of the photos that I have on my phone pretty much have the same look to them, and it's because they're all disposable pictures for the most part. So this first picture up at the top is a disposable. It's with 3 of my best friends, Madeline, Amanda, and Colette. Below there's 2 other widgets, the first of which is a widget for Pinterest. So this photo that you see switches out hourly, and they all pull from one of my boards. So I can have my Pinterest link down below if you guys want to take a look and pull photos from there, but all of them kind of have the same look and feel. Next to it, I have a battery widget, so I always know what battery my phone's at. Right now we're rocking with 64%, and that is pretty good, more than I normally have. And then below that I have a photo that is very special to me with a bunch of my best friends, some of the most special people in my life. Now onto my home screen. Up on the top left corner I have another photo widget of me and my family. This is one of my favorite photos. This was at some party that I had at my house and my entire family was there, so we all decided to take a family shot together and someone snapped this amazing photo. So that lives permanently on my phone because it just makes me so happy. Next to it we have another Pinterest widget. Below that I have another calendar widget, a little redundant, but we're gonna roll with it. And then I have some of my most used apps right next to it just for easy access. FaceTime, camera, messages, and Safari. Personally, I like the look of not keeping any apps down on the bottom bar. I know that some people will likely disagree because that's literally the easiest place to keep some things for easy access, but I just think it looks a lot cleaner with nothing there, so that's how we're gonna keep it for now. I have 4 different app folders that I can run through. The first of which is called Social Butterfly. You guessed it, all of my social media apps. Starting off with YouTube. That's how you found me, that's why you're here, and it's also one of my main platforms, so you came to the right place if you like my content. Next to that, Pinterest. I swear I should be getting paid for how many times I'm gonna say Pinterest in this video. Then we have my Instagram. My Instagram account is my pride and joy at the moment. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been pouring a lot of time and love into all of this, so if you guys don't already follow me, I would really appreciate it. I think my content is really cute. I really do. If you guys want to see kind of what I'm doing on a more regular basis, I'm always posting on my stories. So at the moment I have a few up from this past weekend, and then as for photos, I'm constantly doing photo dumps. Oh, and I'm also going to be traveling within the next week, which I haven't actually spoken about on this channel yet. So if you guys want to see a bunch of travel content, make sure to go follow on there also. I don't have to plead my case anymore. If you want to do it, it would mean a lot to me. Then we have Snapchat. easily my least used social media platform. I am this close to deleting it off my phone just because I never touch it. The only thing holding me on is all of my memories. Without that, I think it would be gone by now. And then we have BeReal, which is everybody's obsession at the current moment. I only use this for the friends that I have in real life as of right now, but honestly, I could see myself opening it up to you guys also pretty soon because I'm always looking for ways to connect with you, and I feel like this would work. And I don't see why not. So I have a feeling I'll be doing that sooner rather than later. And then we have Hinge, which is definitely not a social media app. It's definitely a dating app, but I didn't know where else to put it. And honestly, depending on the day, this kind of app, especially in a city like New York, feels a lot less like a dating app and a lot more of a game of hot or not. And that's just because pickings are slim sometimes, but every so often you find a gem. So I can't knock it, and I didn't really know where else to put it. So for now, it's just gonna live in here. Next up, I have my essential folder that is filled with, you guessed it, apps that are essential to my life and my well-being. The first of which is my Chase app, so I can always be checking my bank account. Next, I have the Apple Mail app that I don't use nearly as much as my Gmail app, which is why that is in a different folder. I also have Uber Eats, which now that I think about it, should be somewhere else. Please hold. I have the Uber app, which is pretty self-explanatory, and I also have the MTA train time app. For those of you who don't know, I currently live in the city, but I did grow up on Long Island. My family still lives there, so every time I go home, I need to take the Long Island Railroad, and in order to do that, I gotta buy a ticket. So I keep that app on my phone. Next up, I have LinkedIn, which again could be in Social Butterfly, but I don't really consider it a social media app, although I know that some people do, so I stuck that in here. And then I have the Fidelity app. Money management, very important. Moving on, I have my Editing Fingers app. I named it Editing Fingers because of something that my roommate Madeline always says to me. Every single time I'm editing a photo, my phone gets super close to my face and my fingers start moving really fast. So every single time I'm on my phone like that, she's like, you have your editing fingers. I know you're editing a photo. So it only felt right to name this folder that. So this will give you guys a good peek into how I edit not only my Instagram photos, but also my Reels and my TikToks. So the first app in here is Prequel. Prequel is a video editing app, and it's very popular for people to use on TikTok, even though people have progressively moved over to another app called CapCut, which I also have in here and I also use very frequently. But Prequel is really great because it has a lot of cool effects and filters that you can pop on to your videos. Next to that, I have an app called Lightleap, and I use this app for one reason and one reason only. If you've ever taken a photo where you like love it, it's a really, really great photo, but the sky in the background is either super washed out or it's just kind of dark and bleak, this app allows you to kind of edit the sky and make it look super natural, honestly. Next up, I have Tezza. Tezza is one of my favorite photo editing apps. I think it's so great. It was created by a person on Instagram, a very, very popular influencer on Instagram named Tezza, and she created this just as a creator's end-all be-all for photo editing, and I think she did an amazing job. I love a lot of the filters that are in here, and you can also plan your feed, you can create collages, you can kind of do everything. Next up, I have Dazcam. Dazcam is one of the many apps out there that allows you to make your photos look a little bit more vintage or like they were taken on a disposable, even if they were not. So this comes in handy for sure, and I feel like they've been updating the app a lot more recently where they have a lot more effects built into it. In here, I also have an app called LensBuddy, and LensBuddy is an app that I definitely recommend for any creators out there who sometimes find that they have to shoot solo. Sometimes if I'm out and about, I don't have somebody with me to shoot content for me, but if I'm able to find a ledge, sometimes I can get creative. And then finally, of course, the tried and true, we have VSCO, and this is where I do a lot of my beginning stages of photo editing. And then the last folder right here is titled Just for Fun, and now that I think about it, maybe Hinge should be in this one rather than Social Butterfly. We might end up switching that around, but in here, I'm keeping it super simple. I have two apps. The first of which is, I believe it's called Happy Color. I can't really see the full name right now, but it's pretty much just a paint by numbers app. I do this every so often if I'm bored and I just want to do something that isn't scroll mindlessly on Instagram. It's honestly very entertaining and I love it. And then next to that, I have Netflix. Moving on, we have what is absolutely my favorite page on my phone. Like, I'm just obsessed with how it looks. I think it looks so pretty, and it's not the most functional. Honestly, it's pretty much just there for aesthetic purposes, that I'm obsessed. So the first widget up on the top left corner is Spotify. Music is everything to me. I'm constantly listening to music. So what I have here is just a display of whatever playlist I'm listening to most recently. If you guys don't follow me on Spotify, I definitely recommend that you do, because I'm constantly creating curated playlists for you guys. I have playlists for literally any mood that you can imagine. It's kind of insane. And I also take requests. So if you guys want a certain type of playlist to be made, I will do that for you. But most recently, I was listening to a playlist called Elation. So that's being displayed right there on the screen. Next to that, I have another Pinterest widget, of course. And I also have a photo of me and some of my closest friends that I studied abroad with. And now we can move on to the third and final page on my phone. Kicking it off really strong with another photo from Pinterest. I'm getting kind of predictable, but I really like this one. One, because of the coloring. I just think it looks really good with everything else that I have displayed on my phone, but I also really like the quote, "The intimacy of being understood. If you know, you know." The first folder we have in here is titled Work, 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 because a lot of these just have to do with things that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, whether it be answering emails, going to meetings, what have you. So the first of which is Google Calendar. Next to that is YouTube Studio. That is where I got the analytics that told me that you guys want to see this video. So you guys can give a big thank you to YouTube Studio if you're liking this so far, because that's the only reason why I'm filming it. I also have Gmail, and then I have an app called Time Tree, and this has been a game changer. We all know the struggle of trying to coordinate plans with a large group of people. Sometimes it can be damn near impossible because everybody has so much stuff going on. So a group of my friends and I decided to start compiling all of our plans into one app called Time Tree. Essentially, it is a group calendar, and it allows everybody to have their own designated color and fill in whatever they're doing on any given day within the calendar. And it makes it really easy to start looking at a calendar holistically and see days that everybody is free. And it also just gives you an idea of what everybody's up to, allows you to keep tabs on your friends. I love it so much. It really does make me so happy, and it's made my life so much easier, and I'm sure my friends would agree. So if you guys take any recommendations from this video, I definitely recommend that you start doing this with your friends, because I'm telling you, it's been a game changer. Next up is my folder titled Eat Up. I order a lot of food, as I'm sure we all do, especially during the winter. I cannot be bothered to leave my home sometimes if it dips below 35 degrees. So we have some things queued up here. The first of which is Resy. This is my most frequently used reservation app. I definitely recommend this over OpenTable or any of the other ones. I just think that the interface is a lot better personally. So I use Resy all the time. I also have Dunkin'. I love my Dunkin' rewards so much. So this means a lot to me. This app needs to be on my phone at all times. I also have Blank Street Coffee. I also, going along with the bit of laziness that comes along with the winter, I love ordering my groceries, and in order to do that I use Instacart. Honestly, it's been super convenient for me, and I actually ordered groceries yesterday, so I use it all the time. I also have GoPuff, which honestly impresses me more and more every time I use it. The other day I was severely hungover and I needed to order a Gatorade, and I kid you not, it was at my apartment in like 10 minutes flat. We have Starbucks, self-explanatory, Grubhub, also self-explanatory, and Uber Eats, which is a serious problem for my bank account. Honestly, I think I'd benefit from deleting this off my phone altogether, but that's not gonna happen. And then we have other. In here I have other things. The first of which is Citizen app. This is a very important app to have, especially if you live in a big city. I definitely am a bit of a paranoid person, so the fact that I have this on my phone sometimes isn't the best for my mental health. However, I do think it's really important to constantly be aware of what's going on in your neighborhood and the surrounding areas. I also have this app called Noonlight, and this is very, very important. I definitely recommend if you're a young woman living in a big city, or really anybody, because safety is important across the board, I recommend that you download this app. It's essentially a safety app that allows you to press down on a button if you're in a moment where you feel like you're in danger or just want a little bit of extra reassurance. It allows you to press down on a button until you get to your destination. When you release the button, it'll prompt you to type in your safety code just to show whoever's monitoring the app that you're safe. If you don't type in your code, they will then text you and call you to make sure that you're safe. And then if you don't answer any of those methods of communication, they will contact the police. And And then we have ClassPass. I live for my weekly workout classes. They make me so happy, and I always book them on ClassPass. So that also is an app that needs to live on my phone indefinitely, because if not, how am I supposed to shake my ass once a week? I don't know. And then to wrap things up in a little bow, I have 2 other widgets just to make things look super pretty. And that concludes everything that is on my iPhone. So, if you guys liked this video and got any value from it, make sure to let me know in a comment down below. And like I've said a million times, make sure to subscribe, especially heading into this new year. We have lots going on. It's gonna be really fun, and you don't want to miss out on any of it. So I will talk to you guys very, very soon in my next video, and I love you so much. Bye!